7th. Welcome back to the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm George.
I'm T.
And our special little mascot, Fozzie.
Fozzie came today
hanging
to work.
out. He likes me.
He does. He
Hey,
likes
Mikey.
you. But he knows you're a dog person,
He must
George.
know.
So I think there's
He's hanging
that.
out there. He could have still hung out with me if he wanted to. We are so lucky to have, of course, not only some awesome schools here in the Santa Clarita Valley, award-winning even.
Award-winning and talent, boy.
Excellent.
Talent as far as acting and music and the bands, instruments. We have some amazing young talent in our valley.
And of course, our oldest high school here, Hart High School.
And not right down the street, they came over. We have some guests today who rushed over from a rally, I think it was, right? You had an assembly. We have the Hart High Show Choir. Welcome to the program, all of you.
Welcome to the Friday.
The audience, give them a moment.
There they are.
There they are.
So why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Give your names. Get right up on the mic.
Hi, I'm Chase.
Hi, Chase.
I'm Matt.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Annika.
And what parts are you, Annika? Go back the other direction.
I'm an alto.
And?
And what? Oh, I'm in Heart and Soul.
Okay.
I'm a soprano and I'm in Sound Vibes.
I'm a soprano and I'm also in Sound Vibes.
I'm a bass and I'm also in Sound Vibes and Unleashed, our men's group.
Okay.
Represent Unleashed. I'm a tenor and I'm also in Heart and Soul and Unleashed.
So now you guys have something coming up tonight and tomorrow. You go ahead, tell me exactly all about it.
Yeah, we have a concert tonight and tomorrow. It's our Broadway show. Our fall concert is always all Broadway. It starts at 7 o'clock and it's at Hart High in the auditorium.
Now, how much Broadway did you know before you came to show choir? Let's start with Annika. How much did you know about anything before you came to choir?
I knew what Broadway was, but I'd only been to like 2 shows or
which ones?
Well, at Pantages.
Okay.
I've never actually been to like New York or.
Oh, that's okay. You know what? Broadway shows here in our theaters, they're just as remarkable. So what 2 shows did you see?
I saw a lot more than 2 of those things.
But what were the 2 that were like resonated?
Pippin and Wicked.
Awesome. And?
I kind of knew what Broadway was, and I knew a few of like the more popular musicals, but I have only seen Wicked, and that has definitely been my favorite.
Okay.
I have always been a Broadway person. I started performing early elementary school and just loved Broadway, so I know most of the shows. I've seen a lot of shows.
Now, I love this because I can tell you I'm married to a man who danced for years in New York, all across the United States, and he always says, oh, I just don't know if there's a future for theater. And I see you guys and I go, oh, there's a future in theater. There's a future. You get to introduce yourself in a second. What about you? What was your introduction to any kind of Broadway?
I am not a Broadway person, but
I
have seen 2 musicals on Broadway, Wicked and Spider-Man the Musical.
Oh, now what'd you think?
I thought they were really, really entertaining. It's just not something that I thought I could ever do until I joined show choir.
Now you kind of like it, don't you?
A little bit.
I like you. And you, tenor?
I started with musical theater. I started just doing shows at local theaters, and I really grew to love it. My favorite show of all time is definitely Les Miserables.
Nice.
Wicked is a close second.
Nice.
Now, speaking of local theaters, which ones have you been a part of?
I actually do a lot of stuff at Canyon Theater Guild.
Oh, okay.
Down the way.
I've been there for 20 years.
Nice. Yeah, George is
Get around.
And then we have a new face. Get right up on that microphone. Introduce yourself. What's your part?
Hey, I'm Jan Senslin. I'm a senior at Hart, and I'm a tenor.
You're a tenor. And what's your introduction? What do you know about Broadway? You guys are doing a Broadway show. What do you know about it?
Well, I actually just went to New York last weekend, and it was like the most amazing thing. I saw Spring Awakening. That's a really great show.
I love that show.
It's really cool. And actually, I'm planning on becoming a Broadway person myself. I want to go to college in New York, so that's
nice.
my
Very
dream.
nice. Well, so now what kind of shows you get? I mean, what kind of songs are you performing tonight?
We're performing from the musical In the Heights for one of our songs. We also perform Rent, which is what Sound Vibes is performing. Heart and Soul is doing The Producers.
George, knows the producers.
Yeah. The Sweethearts is doing Sister Act, which is very cute. And then our Advanced Women are doing Wonderland.
Very nice.
A variety.
Do you all sing in anything together tonight?
Yes.
Is there something?
Yes,
if we were to ask you to sing, is there a little something you could do for us?
Yeah, we actually just started an a cappella group here at Hart, and so all of us are part of that a cappella group. So
do you have the drama like in Pitch Perfect and the other movies? No, not yet.
It's been
not
super
yet.
fun so far.
Yeah, you're not there yet. It's coming.
There's plenty of drama, but it's not really like Pitch Perfect.
All right
We
then.
gotta
All
have
right.
some
It's a new story. It's a new story.
So I'm curious on the producers. What songs are you going to be doing from the producers? Mel
we are-
Brooks musical, by the way.
We are doing opening night. We Can Do It. Haben Sie gehört?
Aber
When
Sie
You Got
gehören
It,
das
Flaunt It.
deutsche Band für die Bang, für die Bing, 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 bang, boom. Just in case you were wondering.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, great.
Nice. Good
How
choices.
fun. At that opening number, are you changing any of the words in there? I think there's
Yes.
a word or two. Okay. I have a feeling.
There are a couple word
Gorgeous.
changes.
Posterior. Got it.
All
Well,
right
perfect.
then.
So that I'm curious because I was in the producers a few years ago as a Franz Liebken, so it was my most favorite thing ever to do. So I want to talk about this now. Are you all from Santa Clarita, or did you eventually come from somewhere else and move to Santa Clarita, or are you all born and raised here?
I was born in Connecticut.
Welcome to California.
But I moved here in first grade, so
Okay.
I didn't live in Connecticut that long. I've
You're
lived
an
most of my
honorary
life.
Californian.
Yes, but I don't.
Anybody else?
I was born in Burbank, but I moved out here when I was 8.
All right.
Okay.
They gave you your passport. Come on in.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Santa Clarita.
Nice.
I was born and raised here too.
I was born in Washington, lived in Hawaii for a little while, and came here.
Oh. Now you've been around, and how do you like this? How does this compare to Hawaii?
California and Santa Clarita have so many more options of just what to do.
No, I like your attitude.
That is
and
one
then
thing we
you,
talk
born
about.
and
Oh,
raised?
go ahead.
Born and raised?
Yeah, I'm Santa Clarita born and raised.
All right
Welcome.
then.
But that is one thing true about the people who live on Hawaii or been there for a while realize that, and once the vacation is over.
You've been
you're
around the
right.
island twice. You're done.
That's pretty amazing. So, born and raised, well, now what school did you go to if you were born out here?
I went to Old Orchard.
Welcome to Old Orchard. I live in Old Orchard. Go.
Represent.
Except I don't remember the name. It's really bad. So cool. So are we able to
Yeah,
put a
what are
little
you gonna
performance
sing?
together? You guys able to do
Well,
something?
since we're all in the acapella
No pressure.
group, we're actually our first arrangement that we've learned is a mashup of Superstition, Get On Up, and Uptown Funk.
Okay.
Oh, I
So-
like this.
Nice, simple,
Nice.
nice
Yeah,
tune. Got a good
it's
beat.
really
you can dance to
fun.
it.
So
Do you guys want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. This is the Hart High School Show Choir, by the way, and the performances are starting tonight at 7 o'clock and tomorrow at 7 as well. Are you doing a matinee?
Just 7 tomorrow
just
night.
7.
seven,
Okay.
yeah, just
Yes.
yeah.
Matinee. Old people stay home. No, I'm kidding. Get out for a night. Get out for a night and have fun. Okay, so whenever you guys are ready.
That's the D.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Da, 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 da.
Boom. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
This is that ice cold Michelle fact for that white gold. This one's for them good girls, straight masterpieces. Wildin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got a drunk song that Sailor Wrong. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty.
Dum 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 bo 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 do do
Hot damn, whoa, better, ooh, what a ooh, writings on the walls.
3, 4.
Ooh, ladders bound to fall. Uptown funk, gonna give it to ya. Uptown funk, gonna give it to ya. Ooh, get up, get up, get up. Ah,
Don't believe me, just watch.
gonna give it to ya. Ah, don't believe me, just watch. Can I give it to you? Don't believe me, just watch. Like a love machine. Don't believe me, just watch. Can I give it to you? Don't believe me, just watch.
Like a love machine.
Hey, 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 oh.
do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Get up, get on up. Get up, get on up, stay on the scene. Get on up like a love machine. Get on up.
Ding ding. Jing jing.
Jin jin, jin jin, ba jin jin, ba do. Jin jin, jin jin, ba jin. Get up. Gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. Like a love machine. Gonna give it to you. Gonna give you the superstition. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
I'm gonna
Uptown, get on you up. Uptown, get on up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
I'm gonna
Uptown, get on up. Give it to you. Gonna get up. Pow.
Outstanding.
It's a little different. We have some solos.
You came in with the small group today because there's
Yeah.
only 6 of you.
Yeah, there's about probably
18 of us.
18 of you normally.
Yeah, so, and there's 3 soloists who couldn't be here.
1/3 of you did quite nicely.
Ozzy wants to run the board here.
Very nice. Well, now, when you guys get together tonight as a show choir, do you come in? You're wearing your T-shirts that say Heart High Show Choir. Do you dress for tonight? Is there what's
Yes,
tonight like?
We have
tomorrow?
a bunch of different costumes for each act. A lot of them mimic the costumes that they actually use in the musical for that number. So it's a really good show. It's very high performance quality, very high costume quality, show quality.
And high energy because we have to do a lot of quick changes because almost everyone is in at least 2 or 3 different acts. So
I personally think I have like 9 different costumes.
Wow.
Sounds about right.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah, we get really lucky to have Mary Rosebrock as our costumer. She comes up with things that we would never have even thought of, and it's really awesome.
Yeah.
That
and
she
sometimes
just,
on the last minute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Within minutes, she'll be like, "Oh, here you go."
Do this, do that. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to be each one of you, if you had to be in a show, what would be your dream show to be in? Starting with you,
Definitely Pippin.
Pippin. Pippin's such a great show.
Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Nice, good choice.
I would have to choose Wicked because I love The Wizard of Oz.
Now, who would you want to be though in Wicked? The good? I was going to say.
Definitely Galinda.
And
And I would also have to be in Wicked. I'd like to play Fiyero.
Fiero.
Spider-Man the musical. I mean, it's
Really? You and the investors, you really want to push Spider, because that was a tough one. I mean, that was.
I thought it was great.
Awesome. I love that you love that. And what would be your dream role?
Again, I love Les Miserables, so Jean Valjean and Les Miserables would
Very
probably
nice.
be
Now,
dream.
what would be your other genre of music? Because when you come to Broadway, especially now, there's so many different types of music. You've got Billy Joel, you've got Rock of Ages, you've got your rock musicals. You have some that are a little more classic. What did I see? Oh, one of the rock musicals was Lizzie Borden, which is just the craziest story ever, and they set it to music. But then there's some that are jazz. You get some of the different flavors of music. So what would be your secondary favorite type of music?
Classic rock.
Classic rock.
I think that the musical comedies are one of my favorites.
Okay.
I have to agree. I like the musical comedies. I also really like the jazz musicals like Chicago, things like that.
I really like indie music, but I think it's really cool because show choir, everyone in show choir listens to different types of music, but somehow we can all just come together and
Nice.
sing show tunes together.
Beautiful.
We all love it.
Beautiful. And you?
I am completely an alternative rock person.
Nice. Okay.
I like me some close chords. Jazz music is where.
That's where it's happening.
Yeah.
I always think jazz was a mistake. Somebody hit the wrong note and said, wait a minute, that sounds really
That's
good. Do
it.
it again. I like that.
That is true. So let me ask you this. So are all of you seniors or some of you juniors?
3 of us are seniors.
Yeah,
Three
four
of us
of
are
us,
seniors.
4 seniors, 2 sophomores.
4 seniors, 2 sophomores. Okay.
2 freshmen.
Freshmen.
They just act so mature.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the seniors. What are your plans after high school? Who wants to go first?
I would like to go to medical school. So
Okay.
I'm planning on going to a 4-year and then
The singing doctor.
Who
Wow.
cures cancer? I like that. All right. Next senior.
I'm planning on becoming a musical theater major, and I want to apply to schools in New York City or or UCLA is a great choice.
Now, are you the triple threat? Do you sing, dance, act? Do you do it all? Oh,
Yeah.
now you got to be four, play an instrument, because there's a lot of shows where you play an instrument on stage.
Well, still working on that instrument, but the other three I definitely have been working on for a while. So
Really nice. Was there another senior? No?
Yeah,
No?
we have two seniors.
Okay, what else?
I want to go to school right now. My top school is in Boston, and I want to major in communications and work like on the business side of the music industry.
Oh.
That just really interests me, and I got a chance to actually job shadow my neighbor who works for a radio station. So I love being like around this kind of atmosphere. So
Right,
it's really
business.
cool.
I got to tell you, that's
Yeah.
brilliant. And
Yeah, I plan on going to school to be a chemical engineer and then also have maybe a double major in business. I really don't know. I just kind of want to do everything a little
you go.
bit.
you're fascinating. You need to come back. There's more story there. That's interesting. Okay, and then juniors. Do we have juniors or do we have
Freshman.
freshmen? Okay, well, what's your ultimate goal now that you've heard this? Get right up on that mic.
Well, I think like after my high school career, I want to work in forensics.
Nice. Forensics is fascinating.
Music is definitely is something I want to pursue. What that is yet, I don't know. Whether that's being a sound engineer or
Just something.
I would love to be like on stage, but that doesn't happen often.
It's 0.2% of the population. So it's a tough one. It's tough.
You got this, bro. You got
But
it.
yeah, you know what? But again, from the business aspect, it's a multi-level thing. It's talent, it's discipline, it's drive. There's so many other things that and promotable. You'd have to be able to know how to promote yourself, and then the psychology of it, taking the rejection, plowing on through. I mean, we had one of our girls here doing on-camera work, and she talked about how you don't always get the job you pursue, but the idea that you each have the idea, chemical engineer, the doctor, it's just these are all really remarkable, and I'm sure your music is something that will always be a part of your life no matter what.
It's coming back around. We're going to reverse engineer this a little bit. So chemical engineer, doctor, and some of these other forensics, what brought you to music then, as show choir or anything else that's brought you to Heart High and singing in front of people?
I really fell into it. I came to Heart my sophomore year after going to West Ranch High School. And after seeing Fall Concert, I was just so amazed by the talent and by the energy and how fun it looked that a couple of my friends were like, "You have to talk to Mrs. Hart, you have to join." And
Wait, there's a Mrs. Hart at Heart High?
Yes,
Heart choir director.
Heart choir
It's like you made that up.
director, Mrs. Hart.
Nice.
Awesome. And so what about you, Doc?
I danced as a little kid,
Right.
and I just fell in love with it. And I wasn't really into the dance team. I wasn't like quite as experienced as some of those other girls. And so I kind of saw it, and I knew a friend who was in it, and so she got me to actually go to the makeup audition, and that's how I got added to show choir.
Everyone's a critic. That's Fozzie, by the way. We had to. That's a T's little mascot. But that is very interesting. And how about you? Forensics is an interesting study. That's the other side of doctoring.
So like what got me into music?
Yeah, well, yeah.
How'd you come to show choir?
When I was like 4 or 5 years old, I was introduced to the music of Josh Groban, and I
Kiss
immediately,
that person for me, whoever did that. Good call.
I immediately fell in love with music, and now I've just been trying to pursue like music and stuff.
Josh Groban on our playlist here. At
And
KHTS.
businesswoman, what brought you to music?
I have a very musical family. My dad did musical theater in high school, and so I think it was just kind of in me this whole time. And then in first grade, you do like your elementary school plays, and I got to play Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz and fell in love with performing just from that. I did a number of community theater plays, and then going into my 7th grade year, I believe, my friend who graduated from Hart and did show choir a few years ago was like, "Hey, you should come to show choir summer show choir camp." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds fun." So I went, and I was like, I want to go to Hart, and I was supposed to go to West Ranch as well. And I couldn't imagine myself going any other place. I wanted to go to Hart. I wanted to do show choir, and it was the best decision I made.
And then our two gentlemen who are the musical engineer and ultimately wanting to be on Broadway, this was just in your bones, wasn't it?
I think it really is, and I think it's actually in all of our bones right here. You know, it's something that's just like we're born with it, that we want to be performing, you know. And it's so cool to see all of the diversity that we have in our choir. So it's not just theater geeks that want to be part of it. It's everybody.
That's true.
You know?
And musical engineer, you'll have to come and maybe join us and learn to use the board. So you'll be one of our interns.
We do have internships here.
We do have internships.
It's radio internships. Well, this has been great. So the Hart High Show Choir tonight and tomorrow, 7 o'clock. What's the admission to get in?
It's $8 for students and seniors and $10 for general.
Yes.
Outstanding. Hart High School on Newhall Avenue, just up the street from our radio station. Thanks, guys, so much for coming out, and good luck tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Break the legs, as it were.
Thank
This is
you.
the Friday Matinee.